She had two options: remain silent and be rewarded with a dream career, or speak up and lose everything. Her choice would not only define her future, but could also determine who lived and who died. Welcome to the Everyday Hero. In this episode, we'll share a story that shows heroism is sometimes about the difficult choices made in quiet moments and the courage it takes to do the right thing. Tell us in the comments what city you're joining us from, and if you believe that doing what's right is more valuable than any personal gain, be sure to subscribe. Leah was walking on clouds. She had just graduated from one of the country's most prestigious universities and had started an internship at the giant tech company that decorated her dreams, Innovate Dynamics. Every morning she walked into that glass skyscraper, her heart pounded with excitement. She was going to be a part of projects that would change the world. At the center of this dream was a man, Mr. Sterling. Mr. Sterling was the company's project director, charismatic, brilliant, and ruthlessly successful. He was everything Leah wanted to be. And most incredibly, Mr. Sterling had seen the spark in Leah and had taken her under his wing. He mentored her, included her in the most important meetings, and valued her ideas. Leah thought she had found her hero. Together, they were working on the company's newest project, Guardian, a revolutionary health sensor that monitored the elderly and sick in their homes. The device could instantly detect a fall or a heart attack and notify emergency services. Leah was proud to be a part of this project. They were going to save people's lives, until the night she learned the truth. With only 2 weeks until the launch, Leah was organizing some old test data for a presentation when an archived report that everyone else had ignored caught her eye. Curious, she opened it, and as she read, she felt the blood drain from her face. The report showed that the Guardian device had a 15% failure rate under a specific but plausible scenario. It was a flaw, a fatal flaw. The next morning, with trembling hands, Leah placed the report on Mr. Sterling's desk. She expected her boss to be shocked, to halt the launch immediately. But Mr. Sterling was not shocked. He calmly looked at the report, then smiled at Leah. "Ah, yes," he said. "This old report, we've taken care of it." Leah was confused. "What do you mean? Has the problem been solved?" Mr. Sterling leaned back in his chair. "The problem, Leah, is not what you think it is. A 15% failure rate is considered an acceptable risk by industry standards. A recall and redesign would cost the company billions. Sometimes you have to look at the bigger picture. This is how the real world works." Leah's world came crashing down. Her hero, her idol, had transformed into a monster before her very eyes. "But people could die," she whispered. Mr. Sterling's face lost its warm smile. It was replaced by a cold, calculating expression. "That's part of growing up, Leah. This is your chance to prove your loyalty to this company. If you forget about this matter, a full-time position and an impressive raise will be waiting for you at the end of your internship." It wasn't an offer, it was a threat. Leah spent the next few days in a fog. The office that had decorated her dreams had now become a prison. At night, she couldn't sleep. She saw the faces of potential victims. On one side, there was her dream career, a high salary, and the approval of the man she respected. On the other, the lives of hundreds, maybe thousands, of unknown people and her own conscience. The moment of decision came during a lunch break. She saw an elderly woman slowly trying to walk on the sidewalk with a cane. Leah made her decision right then. Some risks were unacceptable. That night, she was the last person left at the office. Her heart was pounding. She slowly copied the incriminating safety report and other relevant data onto a USB drive. She went to a public library and created an anonymous email account. She found the journalist's email address. She took a deep breath. She attached the files, and she clicked send. A week later, the bomb exploded. The story was everywhere. The company's stock plummeted. The product was recalled, and a federal investigation was launched. Leah was summoned to Mr. Sterling's room. The charismatic, fatherly man was gone, replaced by a stranger with ice-cold eyes. "You did it," Mr. Sterling said. "I will make sure you never work in this industry again." Mr. Sterling fired her for a fabricated reason. Leah packed the few personal items on her desk into a small box and walked out of that giant glass skyscraper for the last time. She had lost her dream job, her mentor, her future. But as she stood on the sidewalk and listened to the noise of the city, she didn't feel a sense of failure. On the contrary, there was a lightness she hadn't felt in months. The heavy weight on her conscience was finally gone. Leah lost her career at a big company that day, but she didn't lose her integrity or her soul. She had saved the lives of people she didn't know, but more importantly, she had saved the person she would have to look at in the mirror every morning. Sometimes a hero finds their greatest strength in saying no. They are the person who, even under the brightest lights, is willing to walk into the dark to do what is right. Their reward is not a promotion or applause, but the peace of putting their head on the pillow at night. Thank you for watching The Everyday Hero. If you believe that moral courage is the greatest heroism of all, subscribe to our channel. We'll see you in the next story.